What is happening? How you doing, people? I can't believe it is November 2023. I have turned 42 years old and life is amazingly okay. What's happening? You're right, peeps. Okay, so we are still on the old release review journey, and the next release review came in 2020, and it was my third album, if you like, and it's called The Italian Job. Now, the reason it's called The Italian Job is because I done the whole thing here in Chapman Studios, but with a guy called Michele, and basically he helped me produce some of it. He helped me write, and yeah, we sort of locked ourselves away in Chapman Studios for I don't know, it must have been a good while, because we ended up like recording, I don't know, maybe 25 songs, 14 of which are on this album. But I'm not going to show you 14 songs because that's just going to do your nutting and you will bugger off. So I've chose 4 of the tracks from this album, The Italian Job. I released it in 2020. We was probably recording it in 2018, 2019, something like that. Yeah. But yeah, it was just me and Michele and recording it here. Basically, everything on the album is done by me and him. You know what I mean? All of the instruments, all of the writing, the songs, everything is just like, you know what I mean? There's a good few of the songs that I already had, and I said to him, can we pop these into the album and that? And then he said, yeah. And basically just, you know what I mean? I had the bare bones, and then he helped me make this album out of what we had. And there are some tracks that we've co-written together. And yeah, I mean, there's like his friend played a tin pan little drum thing, and he features on this album. Michele's girlfriend features on this album, singing on Moonshine, which I probably will show you that song because I love it, big time love it. Yeah, but so we was just stuck in this sort of Chapman Studios for a good few, I don't know, it was probably a year that we was in here, and we was just making songs. And yeah, it was amazing time, because like I was also playing solo acoustic shows as well as doing this, and we originally, when I met Michele, like we was gonna put a band together, like, and we nearly did it. We was gonna call the band Fly Pelican Fly. And we had a bass player, another Italian guy playing the old bass. I can't ever pronounce his name properly. It's like Jacopo. I can't pronounce it properly, but it's a beautiful name. Yeah, but on the live front, we just could not find a drummer anywhere. We was just looking everywhere, could not find a drummer. Tried to create like a drum backing track instead of having a drummer, and it's hard to, I don't know, because you have to keep writing time, and yeah, so that side of things sort of fell off the cliff, really, you know what I mean? Like, it was just a bit too much. Yeah, sadly, so we didn't find a drummer, so the live side of things did not progress. But we were still meeting up, me and Michaeli, once a week. We meet up in Chapman Studios and spend, I don't know, six hours, just, do you know what I mean, get a takeaway, whatever, and just in this studio chilling out, you know what I mean, just mucking about with different stuff and that. I was showing him a lot of song ideas that I had, and then he was putting the cream on the cake, really. Do you know what I mean? He was just like, because he's amazing. Like, do you know what, right? It was so funny because when I first met him, I was in the makings of a band that never really took off anywhere, but obviously you're on Gumtree and that, and you're like, right, let's find some musicians. And then we was advertising for a bass player, and then we was in a rehearsal studio at the bottom of Kentish Town. I think they're called Enterprise. They're in a toilet. It's an old toilet, you know, like one of them London underground toilets. And basically, we was rehearsing in this toilet, and then Michaeli turned up to one of the rehearsals, like replying to a Gumtree ad, and basically he had a bass guitar with him plugged into the bass amp. We had the rehearsal, went pretty good. Thought he was pretty good bass player. Yeah, all happy. Carried on rehearsing with this unit, if you like. I can't even remember who was playing the drums. There was someone in the end. I can't remember who it was. I know I was there. There might have been another guy called Addy, another blind guy. I think he might have been there, and I don't know. Anyway, it didn't progress. We tried, and it just didn't go anywhere, you know what I mean? Like, so by this time I'd like made friends with Michaeli a bit better and that, and just started, I don't know, like meeting up with him and going to pubs and watching bands, and you know what I mean? I remember he took me to Brixton one night to see an Italian band that was doing like a little UK tour, and one of the London venues they was playing was in Brixton. I can't remember. It was, do you know what? I'm not in Brixton that often, maybe to go to the Academy or the Electric, but not any other reason for me to be in Brixton, you know what I mean? But this night we went to this venue that I didn't even know existed, and they was all right. There was no vocals in it, and it was basically two bass players and a drummer, and then they was making this sound, which I enjoyed it. I thought it was all right. It's all right. I mean, I like to sing, so obviously, yeah. But it was all right. And then basically, so me and Michaeli just progressed and all that, and then I was telling him about my studio and that, telling him that I had Logic or whatever and a little bit of equipment or whatever. And then he was like, oh, well, shall I come round and we'll do something together? And I was like, yeah, sounds good. I was basically saying to him, you have to bear with me on the old, how quick I am using the old Logic, because I'm blind, and do you know what I mean? And he was like, yeah. And I'm not even joking, right? He's come round here, yeah. We've turned Logic on, and then I'm there at the keyboard, like doing things very slowly, like, and then he's like, do you want me to do that? And I was like, well, it's not really a thing that you can just say, do you want me to do that? It ain't like, do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, carrying some bags or something. And he's like, oh no, I know a bit about Logic. And I was like, oh really? This geezer got into the work position of the studio, and I am not joking you. He was unbelievable at Logic. Unbelievable. I mean it. It was just like, I was like knocked off my feet. I was just there and I was like, wow. And then I was like, okay, well, like, because there's this like drummer plug-in on Logic. So we had a drummer. I knew he could play the bass. I could play a little bit of rhythm guitar. So I was sort of like, let's just like see what happens or whatever. So he amazingly put some amazing drum tracks down using the drummer plugin, and then he stuck bass on it, amazing. And then I'm there like trying to record this guitar, like, and it's not the greatest, you know what I mean? And then he was sort of like, well, do you want me to do it? And I was like, what do you mean? And he's like, well, I can play guitar as well. And I was like, really? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, why have you never mentioned this? And he's like, well, sorry, but yeah, I can play it. And I'll tell you what, he was amazing at guitar as well as bass. He could play everything, the best lead, everything. Oh, it's just amazing. It was just like, I was so happy. Like, I was just like, and then once we had that down, and like he could even put keys down and things like that, like not as amazing as he is on the guitar, but it was still well good enough, you know what I mean? And then so we've got his track sitting there, and then it's my turn to take over, you know what I mean, with the old vocals and the lyric writing and melody forming and all that. That's my forte, you know what I mean? Like, and then yeah, so basically we started writing songs, and they was amazing. Do you know what I mean? Just unbelievable. Like, and we was using this little method of like, and then I even said to him at times like, can I put some guitar on, please? Like, and he's like, yeah, of course. I'm saying, please, it's my bloody studio. So yeah, a couple of tracks I'm playing guitar on as well, and then we used percussion samples. We actually recorded live percussion with microphones. He put keys on. He played bass, electric. I mean, bass and lead guitar, and then I done some of the rhythm guitars, and then I put at the beginning, like he didn't sing, he made that clear, so I was doing all the vocals, all the backing vocals, everything, like, and then like we was just like wanting to experiment with different stuff and that, and he was like, oh look, my pal plays this drum thing and like it might work on one of the songs. And I was like, yeah, bring him down. So we brought him down, mic'd him up, and he played this thing, and it was just like, it was wicked. Do you know what I mean? It's not like something you'd have in every song of a rock and roll band, but for one song it's amazing. And then I was like, well, maybe we should get someone else to sing on one of the tracks or whatever, so it's just a bit more like, you know what I mean? And he's like, oh, Juliana, that was it. His girlfriend's called Juliana. And he was like, oh, Juliana sings a bit. And I was like, sweet, bring her around the studio. Let's do it. And I wrote this song, Moonshine, which I love. It's a great song. Like, and she does, like, I won't even call it backing vocals. It's like a second lead vocal, because a lot of it is like, it's a lead vocal that she's doing in it, as well as me, you know what I mean? And then we're both doing a bit of backing as well. And yeah, it was just top stuff. Like, everything was like, I don't know, I used to wait. I think it was like a Thursday or something. We used to meet up, and I used to be waiting for this Thursday all week, and then he'd come round, and like we'd go through loads of stuff, and you know what I mean, like, and like we'd be talking about bands we love and music, and going on iTunes and on YouTube and all that, as well as doing all the recording, and it was just amazing. But yeah, I'm not gonna. It sadly came to an end. Like he ended up splitting up with Juliana and going meeting some other girl, and then obviously, you know, like them new relationships where you just want to be together all the time. You know what I mean? So it was like the first Thursday in a year came, and he never turned up, and it was like he didn't tell me why not or nothing. So it was like that put me right out of place, and basically just just said to him, right, sweet, let's call it a day then. But we managed to get like, well, the acoustic album from last month that I showed you, he actually produced that with me. And then we wrote an album together called, we actually called it The Chameleon Bag. And then basically what happened was I wanted to release it, yeah. So I had all the files and all that, and I was obviously learning Logic a bit better each, whatever. So this Italian Job album, it was called The Chameleon Bag, and the band name was Fly Pelican Fly. And then I released it as John Chapman, The Italian Job, and I called it The Italian Job because of like the Michael Caine film and the old like London sort of thing to it, but also then it's called The Italian Job because that's where Michele's from Italy. So it was like, and it came together nicely, you know what I mean? Oh yeah, that was the other thing in that song Moonshine that we did. I remember we was like trying to record the bridge that I'd written, and we was like, I don't know, it just needed something and we didn't know what to do, right? So basically he taught me how to speak Italian. Well, he didn't teach me how to speak Italian, he just basically told me how to sing or read this verse in Italian, like he translated it for me. That's a funny one as well, because obviously he translated that bridge I wrote, but who knows what he actually got me to say, you know what I mean? I might have been saying, I don't even know. So that is it. Get on iTunes, John Chapman, The Italian Job. I don't know what track it is. It's maybe 9 or 10, 8 maybe, I don't know. It's called Moonshine, and the bridge in it, I'm speaking Italian, and I'm thinking it's what I wrote as the bridge, which it probably is, because he was a nice guy, and I don't think he would have liked, but then again, who knows? And yeah, so if you're Italian or you can speak Italian, just translate it and then put it on the comments on this. That'd be great. But obviously not if it's too obscene or rude or whatever, because I won't be able to keep it up there. I'd have to take it down. But you might translate what I wrote, you know what I mean, and then you put it on the comments and I'll read it and that, and I'll compare it with what I wrote, and if he's kept it my way, I'll say it's my way, and if it's different, I'll say it's different. But yeah, but it's gonna have to be someone that speaks Italian or knows Italian or whatever, and they can listen to what I'm saying in a song and then translate it and write it down in the comments on this whole video. Nice. Yeah, so yeah, as I was saying, we parted our ways and he sort of left me with 3 albums. Like the first one was My All I Am, like he just helped me produce that one, and then The Italian Job and Instrumental Noodling, Fast Cars, Damp Days. They're basically, well, the end of Instrumental Noodling, last 4 tracks, I think I added them to it just to make it up to 14 tracks, because I've got this thing about releasing 14 track albums, which is going to stop. And yeah, so the 14 tracks, and then 10 of them are done in the studio with Michele and me and whatever, and they was just like, well, there's actually another 6 songs floating about there that I didn't use. I don't know why I didn't use them, but yeah, both them albums are amazing. Yeah, I love them both, you know what I mean? You can tell that the last 4 songs on Instrumental Noodling is not recorded with Michele, because you can hear that they're great songs, but the actual recording of them was done by me on my own, you know what I mean? So they're not as good as the first 10, the actual recording of them and the production. Yeah, so that's amazing. Yeah. So we so let's talk about the first song that I'm going to show you, which is 1666. Now this song is just all about London, and he was happy to do a London song. Don't mention Italy in it, but yeah, it's a great track, and it's funny because at the end of it we used a snippet from another song that I've got called Jack the Ripper. So at the end of this song, there's a snippet of that song, Jack the Ripper, at the end of it. But yeah, 1666 is a great song. Just listen to the lyrics and that, and it should bring a smile to your face, I think. And it's just a great track. So I think I am going to let you listen to that track right now. Okay, peeps. Jazz, nice. Okay, yes, so that was 1666. I love that song, great song. I've never been able to perform it live because just the band that me and Michaeli were trying to form never happened. And It's been on this album, but also locked away in the archive, you know what I mean? But yeah, that is a great song. A nice little touch at the end. Bit of Jack the Ripper, bit of jazz. Nice. Okay, sweet. All right, let's move on. So the second track I'm going to show you is called Don't Close the Light. Now, if I think about it, if you skip through this album, The Italian Job is waiting for you on iTunes to download today. but a lot of it is sort of got an influence of my minces, which you can't blame me for, because when you get diagnosed with having shit eyes, it's not good, you know what I mean? So it's going to be playing on your old minstrel, and that is that. So anyway, so yeah, this next song is called Don't Close the Light, and it's got quite a few references to my old eyes, you know what I mean? Even in the first verse, it mentions my consultant at Moorfields Eye Hospital that I go and see every couple of years. You know what I mean? How you getting on? How you getting on? No, I'm blind, mate. Shit, innit? Yes, it's shit. Alright, yeah, but I mean, if something's gonna come out of it, it's got to be songs in it. So I've listened to Don't Close the Lights. Nice.
He's talking cones down in his dungeon. Yeah, Clinic 12. Don't close the light. Don't close the light. Don't close the light. Don't close the light. Sweet. Up the darkness, save me from the fear, pickle madness, nothing is clear. Don't close the light, don't close the light, don't close the light, don't close the light, sweet. Don't close the lights, keep it burning bright,
keep it burning true. Yeah, it's all for you. Don't close the light, keep it burning bright, keep it burning true. Yeah, it's all for you. Nice. Yeah, so that was Don't Close the Lights. And the references to my old minces. But there you go, hey? No, alright, so yeah, I mean, that's still just a great song. Like, this album is great. You gotta go and download it, because it's great. Okay, so let's move on. And the next tune is Moonshine. Now, Moonshine is the song that I talked about in the beginning of this episode a bit. Yeah, so it's got Michaeli's girlfriend Juliana singing on it with me. And then obviously Michaeli's playing the guitars and that. Yes, it's a great song. And just remember, if you are Italian or you speak Italian, please tell me what the bridge says. Please, 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 please. All right, sweet. Have a listen. Moonshine. Nice.
accesa durante il giorno e la notte.
Mostrami i soldi
Tra me e soldi
sotto il chiaro di luna.
Sotto il chiaro di luna. È mezzanotte e 40. Mi devi ancora molto. Abbandonato da tutti.
Potrebbe
Potrebbe non essere mai abbastanza.
This is your eyes. They got me through the night. They keep my light inside. Inside the moonshine, moonshine. Let me bathe in your moonshine. The power's out, but the city's burning bright. Moonshine, let me bathe in your moonshine.
We love that tune, don't we? Yes, that is a great song. Yeah, as I say, great album. Yeah. Salute you, Michele. Yeah, shame that we parted company because I mean, Instrumental Noodling is another, like the 10 songs off that at the beginning, another great album. So who's to say or no? Do you know what I mean? If we would have just got hold of a drummer, we could have got out and done some live shows. And it would have been amazing to play these songs live. Amazing. Like, I mean, there's 5-6 songs on the album that are like my tunes that I do actually play with more recent bands and that. But would have been nice to play songs like that. Moonshine, Don't Close the Light, 1666. Yeah, nice. All right, let's move on. Okay, so the last song that we're going to talk about today is a tune called Sweethearts. And this is a song that I wrote for my children, my beautiful, beautiful children. Yes, Francis, beautiful. Alfie, beautiful. I love my kids big time. And this tune was written, I don't know, what'd you say? Was it written for them? Was it written about them? Was it written with them in mind? It was just it was a song. It was written, yeah. And all I was thinking about was my two beautiful children, Francis and Alfie. Love you both. Yeah, check the tune out, see if you like it. Sweethearts. Nice one. Okay. All right. So thank you for listening to this. This is like the end of this release review, all about the Italian Job album. Next month is Christmas, and I don't know, I've got some sort of release review for you. And then we've got loads of new ideas for next year. And I hope you've all been tuning into the old Chap Tales, because they are great. And talking of Chap Tales, I've got one for you right now. Yes, it's fresh off the block. It's all about the carpet factory and all of the nice things that carpet factories have. So listen to this Chap Tale, and then that is the end of this month's episode of CHAP CAST. And I will see you all next month for the Christmas actually, when the episode comes out, just after Christmas. So I hope you all get everything you want under the tree and that. And nice one. Thank you for listening, and sweet, 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 sweet. Yeah, okay, nice one. Listen to this chapter out, and I'll see you next month. Mwah.
Chap tales, don't you wanna hear some chap tales?
Hello, yes, and welcome to another Chap Tale. Okay, so what have we got for you today? All right, so little story came into the nut. Not really music, well, it's not music related at all one bit, but it's just a funny little story from the chat world. Is where this is back when I was proper young, probably in the 80s actually, at some point or whatever. But so it was me, my pal Dean Chapronier, my other pal Barney, and another person we grew up with called Kieran. So we're just around Ingester Road Estate back in the 80s doing what we do, you know what I mean? Like, we was probably about 9-10 years old, something like that. And as usual, just being little gits, you know what I mean, running around, doing this, doing that, you know what I mean, building camps, climbing trees. So we was in the old, we used to call them the big woods, which is like a line of wooded area that runs between the estate and the houses on Burley Road, that they're gardens. And at the very end of these things, like Tufnell Park sort of direction end of the estate, there used to be this bit that came round in front. It had some benches to sit on, and that it ran in front of the last or the first block on the estate, Wardlow. And right there, which is now been knocked down, and it's like a little block called Burley Court. But back in the 80s, it was a carpet factory, and we used to always go to this carpet factory to get their offcuts to stick in our camps. You know what I mean? Our camps were proper. You know what I mean? Like, we used to have carpet, everything. It was proper. Anyway, the four of us went down to the carpet factory this day, and it was on the weekend. It was a Sunday, so the place was shut, and we just thought that there might be some offcuts that they've thrown out the front of their place or whatever, and we could take them to our camp, this new camp we was building, and and have some carpet in the camp. Anyway, we got there, and there weren't nothing that they'd thrown out. There was just nothing at all. Like, so we was like, oh, bloody hell. So, being the little gits we spotted that on the roof of this place, one of the windows was like slightly open. So we decided we would climb up onto the roof and try to get into the carpet factory and steal some carpet. So anyway, the four of us got up onto this roof, basically got to the window, and it was just unlocked. It just opened. Do you know what I mean? Like, So then we climbed into the roof of this carpet factory, which was absolutely perfect because we was like in this sort of carpet storage area that they had, and that's what we was there for, get some carpet. So anyway, the Kieran, he decides that he wants to go down this ladder into the factory and see what's down there, like, and the other three of us weren't really up for that, you know what I mean? We was just a bit like, so, blah, blah, do you know what I mean? Anyway, I sort of pretended that my old man was a bank robber. You weren't a bank robber, was your dad? Anyway, so I obviously through watching films and whatever, like, I said to them, like, if you go down that ladder, you're going to set the alarm off and this place is going to be like loud alarms and lights flashing. Anyway, Kieran told me that I was an idiot and I didn't have a clue what I was talking about, and my dad was not a bank robber. He weren't a bank robber. So I said to him, all right, well, watch this. I'm completely blagging this, completely. I picked up a piece of carpet and I dropped it over the side, like down to where the ladder led to, downstairs. And like I said, the whole place just like, woo, 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 woo. I couldn't believe that I was right. But then with all that commotion going on, you've got the four of us all trying to get out of this little window to run away, basically. And yeah, we all got out, we all jumped off the roof onto the grass below and we all legged it into the woods, like. But I can remember, like, Kieran sort of saying to Barney or whatever, how the hell did Chapman know that? Like, his dad didn't tell him that. Oh, how did it? And I was just sort of like, we was only 9-10 years old or whatever, so I just sort of let them believe that my old man had taught me that not to do whatever, do you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying, didn't you? But yeah, it was just quite funny, like, seeing us all run and like proper, everyone's like, oh my God. But yeah, I think we went back there the next day and there were some offcuts outside again, so we just took them. But yeah, it was proper funny, like the four little 10-year-olds, you know what I mean, in this roof, you know what I mean, and then there's me coming out of all this rubbish that it was basically rubbish because I didn't know what was going to happen, you know what I mean, like, but lucky I bloody did it, because do you know what I mean, if we'd gone down that ladder, getting back up a ladder and then out the roof would have been a lot harder than just getting out the roof, which was pretty hard anyway. But yeah, that was just a funny little story of one of the things that we got up to back in the day. Yeah, nice. All right, sweet. Hope you enjoyed that little one, and I will speak to you soon. Mwah.
Chat tales. Don't you wanna hear some chat tales?